Oh, aloha. Welcome to episode 13 of Unintentional ASMR, how to start a podcast video series. Aloha. Oh, aloha. This would be a good time to know how to play the ukulele, but I have made very little progress on that front. There's only so many hours in a day. You have to be kind of selective about what you're going to work on. I am just banging out videos, whether it's for TikTok or Instagram. And of course, this 13 episodes, nobody probably thought it was going to go on that long. And I've said I've committed to not just 1 year, but 3 years, because it takes 3 years to get really good at anything, or 10,000 hours, whichever is shorter is kind of my philosophy. 3 years, probably shorter than 10,000 hours. Well, let's do the math. 365 days times 24 hours is 8,760 hours. So 3 years shorter than 10,000 hours. Now that would mean I have to do it every hour, no sleeping. But even if it's not 10,000 hours, what I think we can tell is within 3 years is this worth continuing putting time in or not? After 1 week? No. After 2 weeks? No, you can't make that decision. You can do something for maybe a year and then stop. Have you given it enough time? Probably not. You probably want to give things 3 years. Someone gave me that number once. And of course it sounds good because 3 is a magical number. So I'm up to episode 13, and that means I've got 143. That's a long way. But you know what? Hard to even imagine where we might be if we keep it up. Today, I'm dressed as a middle-aged Hawaiian man who likes to put flowers in his hair. I'm conflicted. That's what I am. Or I'm dressed as the new cast of Hawaii Five-0. I think it's time to bring it back. It was very popular, 1968 to 1980, the original Hawaii Five-0, after the 50th state of Hawaii, with Jack Lord. Great theme song, dun 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 dun, you know it. And then Hawaii Five-0, the remake, modern times, 2010 to 2020, another good run. And so I think it's ripe, but not exactly the same. Not two bros solving police procedure crimes. No, this time it's going to be two chicks. It's going to be me and Michelle Pfeiffer. The reason I'm going to cast Michelle is because I think her husband might be interested in this. Me and Michelle, we are undercover private investigators. We'd have our Hawaiian shirts and trench coats, and then like a closet full of fabulous costumes, because what we do is we run the Don Ho Lounge on top of the Wiki Hotel in Hawaii. That's where we see a lot of stuff, and people will come find us there. They'll be like, I heard you guys put on a great show, but also I can't find my husband. And we'd be like, that's what we do. We put on a great show and we go looking for husbands. And guess what? They're not always that hard to find. Especially when you've got two crackerjack private detectives like me and Michelle. It's going to be Hawaii Five-0 meets Cagney and Lacey meets Murder, She Wrote. Because both Michelle and I are very beautiful women who are mature. That's the pitch for this week. I'm available. I know I've got this podcast to do for 3 years, but if we decide to go with the show, and why wouldn't we, then I would probably be able to do my video series, How to Start a Podcast, from the trailer while you're shooting Michelle's scenes. Like one of us would be doing some undercover investigation, and then something goes wrong, because one of us is always getting in trouble. I like that. Here we go. The difference between good and great is the leap in yourself. What? The difference between good and great is the leap in yourself. Isn't that amazing? Most of us probably judge ourselves too harshly. We're like, yeah, I'm good, but I'm not great. And we're judging. But if we just said, you know what? I'm great. Then what would happen? All of a sudden, you blow the roof off any limitations you put on yourself. Mentally, up here, see this thing right on top? You want to blow that off. You want to think great. You don't want to think good. Do you see that? Do you see how I'm holding in my greatness? But if I say, poof, I'm going to blow the roof off on that. Leap in yourself. This was a quote from, I don't know who his name is. I saw it on some documentary, and he was, I think, a fashion designer. It struck me. Did I mess up my hair? I just got to kind of do it lightly. I spent a lot of time putting it up. No, I didn't. All right. Aloha means, you may not know, it's like a whole language in itself. It means hello, goodbye, how you doing, what's for lunch. It also means love, compassion. What time do you want to go to dinner? What's for dinner? Who should pick up the check? It's all aloha. It's like one word you can use for just about anything. If you're ever at a loss for words, you could just say aloha, and people would be like, boy, that was smart. You're always thinking. You are great. So I suggest you put more aloha in your life. I like it because it can mean so many different things, but all of them are positive. And yet it's not too nitpicky about specifics. And I think sometimes when we get too nitpicky about specifics, words, again, limits. What's better is broader, calm love of everything, spirit and earth and ourselves and others, aloha. And from that, this truest self kind of thing that we're all working on, that's going to be a little closer. From the ocean, covering the shore, CNH, pure cane sugar, something like that. This has been a very uplifting, aloha-filled episode. Something for the thumbnail. Those are Hawaiian hands. This is sun setting over here. So there you go. Take those lovely bubbles of inspiration and let them inspire you to make this leap in yourself from good to great. And don't forget to tune in Friday nights at 8 p.m. for the premiere of Hawaii Five-0, The Girls. Thanks for watching. See you next time.